Hi guys, today using one of our BestCode continuous inkjet printers, we're going to be removing and replacing a power supply. First thing we're going to do is power the jet down and power the system down, and we're going to unplug it from the electrical outlet. Now that that's done, we're going to remove the back cover. And now we're going to be removing the inkjet smart cups. There's 3 screws on each one. We're going to remove these, being very careful not to drop them in. So I have the 3 screws out of the first one. I'll remove the cup and I'll move it out of place, like so. And now I'll go ahead and remove the 3 screws out of the other one. And again, be very careful not to drop them in, because if you do, it'll go into our makeup or ink reservoir. It's not the end of the world. You could always take a magnetic handle and take it out. But again, just be very careful and you wouldn't have that problem. So I'm going to move this to the side, like so. From the Venturi, I'm going to go ahead and remove this connector here. And now I'm going to very carefully remove our filter. Not laying it down on the side because the ink will pour out. I'm going to very carefully just put it up out of the way, like so. Now that I have that done, I can go ahead and pull out the ink and the makeup reservoir tanks. Just pulling them forward out of the way so I can expose the 4 screws that I will be removing next. So with those moved, now you can see that we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 screws that we'll be removing with a Phillips head screwdriver. Once we have these 4 screws out, our power supply will be loose. Number 3. And with the last one removed, now we'll go to the front. We'll take a flathead screwdriver and we'll open up our front cabinet door. The next thing I'll do is I'll remove this nut from our lanyard. By doing this, we are able to open our front compartment door more so that we have a flatter open surface so we can remove the power supply more easier. Now that we have the door open, we'll go ahead and start disconnecting everything that we have connected. And we'll move them all out of our way. When you're removing our connectors, try to grab as close as you can to our CPU and just pull them out. When reinstalling them, we don't have to worry. They're only keyed to go in one way. And every connection will be marked on our CPU. Once I have the connectors out of the way, tucked out of the way, I will go ahead and remove the power supply. The last thing I'm going to have to do is remove this Molex connector on this side. And you have a black and red connection on the other side. Once these connectors are pulled out, you'll see my power supply is out. So with our new power supply, we're just going to go ahead and reverse this process. So the first thing we'll do is put this black and red cable in here and we'll connect it. Now our Molex connector on this side. Now we'll go ahead and slip the power supply in. Again, making sure that none of our cables are pinched. So I'm just going to move these cables again and get it lined up. So once you have it lined up, I'll grab one of these screws and holding the power supply up with one hand, I'll reach behind and I'll go ahead and put one screw in the top just to hold it in place. Now that I have it held in place, I will go ahead and start reinstalling my connectors that I took out. Again guys, they're keyed, they'll only go in one way. We'll plug this in here. Go ahead and plug that in here. Plug that in here. Next thing we'll be doing is we'll be putting in our coax connectors, and they have different colors. You don't have to worry because on the board itself, on our CPU, it's etched. So this yellow connector, it's etched, it will say yellow, so you're not going to plug it into the wrong port. We're plugging them in, we're listening for a little snap so that we know that they're connected firmly. And we'll go ahead and connect this one. We have a few more to go, but again guys, it's etched on the board. It'll tell you blue, black, red, yellow, so you cannot make a mistake putting them in. Like so. Now that we have all our connectors in and all the wires are tucked away, we'll go ahead and we'll replace the nut on the lanyard, like so. Tighten the nut down a little bit, hold it in. Now we're going to go ahead and put our other 3 screws in. Like I said, putting the first one in will hold it in place. and the other 3 will go in very, very easily. Put this last one in, guys. Now we'll go ahead and we'll push our ink and makeup reservoirs back in. Being careful not to pinch any of our tubes or our lines as we're putting them back in. As you can see, it goes in real easy. Just like that. And we'll take down our main filter again, being careful not to put it on its side and spill that ink that's in there out. Using our Velcro strap here, we'll go ahead and reinstall the filter. Position it to where we want, we'll just strap it in like so. Now that that's in, I'll connect this connector back into our Venturi, pushing in and listening for a snap, like so. The last thing we'll do is we'll reinstall our smart fill cups. And here, just being careful not to pinch the lines. And we'll just reseat this like so. And the same with the makeup one. Just being careful not to pinch our lines. Reseat it. Last thing to do here, guys, is put in our screws. And again, be very careful not to drop them. Again, if you did drop one in, they have magnetic sticks, and you could just fish the screw out. It's not the end of the world. But if you're just careful like I'm being, you won't drop one in. Now that I have all the screws in place, I'll put the caps back on. I'll go ahead and put my back cover back on. I will plug my system back in and turn it back on. Last thing we're going to do here is make sure that our firmware loads and we can get to our home screen. And once that's done, we showed you guys how to take out and reinstall a power supply using one of our BestCode continuous inkjet printers. Thank you.